All right, W.E.B. Du Bois, you have the floor. Thank you, moderator. I believe that the approach of political action and civil rights activism is the best way to address racism and achieve equality in the United States. Racism is a systemic problem that needs to be addressed through political action and civil rights activism.
I appreciate the thought, but I believe that the approach of educational and vocational training is the best way to address racism and achieve equality in the United States.
I get that, man. But the problem with your approach is that it puts the burden of the change on the oppressed rather than the oppressor. African Americans should not have to prove their worth to white society through hard work and economic progress in order to gain political and social equality.
I understand your point, but the problem is that it is too confrontational and divisive. African Americans need to work with white society to achieve equality, not against it. Through education and vocational training, African Americans can gain the skills and resources they need to achieve economic success and gain the respect of white society.
Not gonna lie, you're making some decent points, but your approach perpetuates the idea that African Americans are somehow inferior or lacking in skills and resources, which is not true. African Americans are just as capable as anybody else, and they shouldn't have to prove their worth to anybody.
I think we can both agree that both approaches have their merits. But how can we use both approaches collectively to address racism and achieve equality?
Well, I think we need to work together to create a comprehensive plan that includes both political action and civil rights activism, as well as education and vocational training. We need to create policies that ensure equal access to education, job opportunities, and we need to work to change the laws and policies to perpetuate racism.
That's right, man. We also need to focus on changing the attitudes of white society towards African Americans.